Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of my channel. In this one we're going to take a look at the brand new Accurascale Class 50 and we're going to compare it with the Hornby Class 50. Now I've been waiting a few weeks for this one. It appeared a few of the bigger shops got their allocation before my local model shop, but he put this one aside for me and I've gone for Royal Oak 50017. This one is sound fitted in the original NSC livery. Now I've not opened this box yet. I understand that a few people have had theirs and bits have fallen off. So I just wanted to open this box with you guys so we can see what this one is like. So I'm going to take the sleeve off, open the box, and then we're going to take a look. So the first thing in the box, we've got our instructions and our user manual. I'll go through them in a second. And there's the model. That's stuck in the ice cube packaging. Nothing seems to be loose, I don't think. There's the detailing pack. What I'll do is I'll just pause the filming then and we'll slide it out of this ice cube and see what the model is like. Well, I'm happy to report to all of you that this one has not had anything fallen off of it. Now I believe the issue is, if it'll focus in, these parts here get stuck on the foam parts on here inside the box, and when you unpackage them the bits come off. Now the chains, I think all the chains are still attached. It's hard to tell. I believe they're still all on. A few people have reported the chains have come off, but this one looks like all the chains are still attached. Yeah. So I'm guessing I'm either lucky or the ones that have come damaged with bits broken off are just unlucky. There we go. Right, I'm going to pop this on the track and then I'm going to go through what it comes with and then we're going to see what it runs like. So what do our new Accurascale 50s come with? Well, we have a detailing pack here. We've got snow plows in there, all the pipes, the vacuum, the air, brake pipes. We've also got what looks like steps, but it's not. It sits behind the coupling on the buffer beam and stops the coupling clanging around. We've got some other bits and pieces which looks like, I'm not sure what they are. We've got a hook in there. I think it'll all be explained in this. So we've got here, please read before use. Along here tells you where to fit everything. So we've got a big exploded diagram of parts. Oh, there we are, how to take the body off if you want, and how to fit crew. So that's that one. We've also got these saying please read before operation. It tells you about operating it on DC, DCC, and the various functions for lighting. We've got etch plates, Royal Oak etch plates, and we've also got one that says Hoover on it, which you can stick to the front of your loco if you wish for a Hoover rail tool. We've got a list of sound functions all the way up to, where are we up to? Up to 25. if your controller goes up that far. Mine only goes up to 20, so we'll see how far we get on. We only got engine room lights there. I won't be able to try out desk lights, cab lights. I won't be able to try any of that out, which is unfortunate. And then we've got this book here, all the information, bit of history on the locomotives. We've got D400 there, looks like it's that Lara shed, one of the first ones that transferred to the Western region back in the early 70s. Talks about its refurbishment plans they went through. That's a really good little booklet, this, by the looks of it. All the different liveries they carried. Preservation era. I'm involved with 50002. Trying to get that back running again. So yeah, this looks pretty good. Very impressive. What we'll do now is we'll take a look at the model on the track. So here we go then. We have the Accurascale one here and the Hornby one just behind it. What we'll do is we'll go through the Accurascale one first. We'll look at its details and then we'll compare that to the Hornby one. So first off with the Accurascale model. One thing to note is the red tail lamps. A few people have picked this up before me, but they are very bright red. Very hard to pick out on the camera in this light. But they, in real life, they don't appear that bright. The glass is a red tint, but it's a very dark red. You don't really notice it until the lights come on, but they do appear to be quite garish on this model. The footsteps, they're a lot finer than the Hornby model. I don't know how tough they are. Let's give it a little prod. Yeah, they're not going to come off anytime soon, unlike the Hornby ones, so that's pretty good. Obviously, we've got, as with all Accurascale models that have come out so far, we've got fitted brake chains just here, and all of mine are still attached, so that's good. We've got the radiator grills here. In behind there, you've got your radiators. These don't open, unlike the Hornby one. Handrails look pretty good. All the detail, we've got the bearing covers there picked out in yellow. The lifting point covers picked out very well. Slide it along. Got the data panel there. Don't know if I can zoom in. That's fully legible, so that's really nice to see. The number there really crisp. We've got some detail picked out underneath. The tank there, fuel tank there, the battery boxes. Sorts of valves and drains and filler points underneath there. Let's have a look at the roof detail. One thing to note here, I'll try not to cause a shadow, is the fan. The size of the fan on the Accurascale one is a lot bigger than the Hornby one, and you can see the fan. Now a lot of people are saying you can see the circuit board through there. You can just see it shining back through the light through the exhaust ports. Now my one has a glue mark around that vent there, which is a little bit disappointing. Apart from that, there's nothing else really of note. let's have a look underneath, because they're meant to be really detailed underneath as well. So yeah, there we go. We've got various tanks under there, bogey detail, pipe work. I mean, not that you'd ever really see it when it was running, but Accurascale have done it anyway. And I like the white wall tyres, that's pretty nice. As far as I'm aware, the livery is accurate. I'm going to park the 50, the Hornby 50 next to it now, and then we're going to have a quick go over both of them side by side, see what the differences are, and then we're going to see how well the Accurascale one runs. I've just noticed whilst moving it around, I don't know if you'll be able to pick this up on camera, is the bearing covers have writing on. There we go. That's really nice to see. I like that detail on it. There we go. They come with, obviously the coupling's already fitted, and then you've got the option to take the couplings off to fit the detail if you want to. Right, let's park the Hornby one next to it. Right, I'm going to do this freehand, it's going to be easier. Right, the Hornby 50, this one, 044 Exeter, is one of the last ones Hornby did. I believe it was last year, maybe the year before. They were £220 new, and they got reduced down to about 170, 160. At the time of filming, current models still have one in stock at a reduced price. At the time when Hornby first brought these out, it was one of the first super detailed diesels they did. Lots of extras, lots of extra detailing, the doors that opened. It was one of the gimmicks they did. The fan that would move, and a rubber band attached to the drive shafts, and the fan would move. And they were very well received. Now, comparing that to the Accurascale one, the blue is a bit lighter on the Accurascale, and so is the grey. The grey's a bit darker. I'm not too worried about that. There were variations of shades over the years, along with the angle. There is a famous photograph in one of the books that show the angles on the early NSE livery being different. I mean, the biggest difference, as I've previously said, is the fan housing on the Accurascale one compared to the Hornby one. The exhaust ports on this one are just moulded, whereas these have been cut out, which I prefer, to be honest. We've got more detail on the bogey on the Accurascale one compared to the Hornby one. And you can see here we've got more detail on the underframe of the Accurascale one. Right, so now I'm going to see how well this 50 runs, the Accurascale one. I have not tried it. Obviously, what you've seen in this video is how it is straight out of the box. So I'm going to plug the control in and see how well it goes. Right, so here we go then. Let's turn the lights on. There we go. So we've got a marker light and a headlight there. If I change direction, we get only the one tail light on, which is prototypical. It's just hidden behind that jumper cable there. Right, so let's see what it's like straight out of the box. I have the control set to 126 steps, speed steps. So just having a slow crawl. It's very smooth, unlike my tripod. It's a bit better. Yeah, it's a good start, isn't it? With all the point work. Just stop in there. And then back this way. A bit faster this time. Ah, it's very good. Very smooth, straight out of the box. What we'll do now is we'll try out the sounds. What I plan to do is start and stop the Accurascale one. The Hornby one, I fitted the Hornby TXS sound decoder in. So we've got a direct comparison between the Accurascale sound and the Hornby sound. So first up, we're going to do a start on the Accurascale sound. That was pretty good. I think it needs a little bit more bass to it. It needs a bit more of the deep rumble noise that the 50 makes. But yeah, it's not bad. It could be a little bit better. But yeah, pretty good. Right, so the next up, we're going to listen to Hornby's TXS sound decoder in Exeter back here. So that is Hornby's sound. What I'd like to do now is run the Accurascale one up and down the track with sound, play around with the horns, see what different sounds it makes, and then possibly run it around a small circle of test track. We'll see how far we get. Now I know this model comes with a cold start. A lot of people have filmed the cold start already, so I'm not going to bother with that because it'll take up too much time. So we'll just carry on with the normal startup, some horns. What else have we got here? Just checking the sound sheet. There's lots of light functions which I can't do. Fan squeal, carriage doors opening and shutting, buffering up noises, rail joint noises. So yeah, well, we'll have a little play. There's the fan going. I think the best thing to do here is put it on the circular track I've got on the floor, and we can run it around and give it a good thrash, listen to the horns. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best option. Excuse the poor setup, but I'm in between layouts at the minute, so this is the best I can do for testing it properly. So we'll just give it a quick run around, a few loops, check out the sounds, and then we'll do a little review at the end of the video. I have noticed on the control that you have to throttle back quite a fair bit for it to notch down in the sounds. That might be something that can be played around with in the CVs. Let's try it the other direction. Oh, the fan actually spins. I didn't know it did that. Let me pause it there. Zoom in a bit. Oh, it stopped. There you are. You just caught the end of the fan. So the fan moves as well. So that's pretty good. Well, let's start off again then. Right, that sounds really good actually. Let's switch it off. Oh, it just shut off. I thought it would shut down. Anyway, I'll put it back on the layout I've got up here, and I'll give you my final thoughts on it. So this is a summary. I'll go through some plus and minuses. It is better than the Hornby one. I was hoping it was going to be on par because I've got lots of Hornby 50s. But I must admit that the Accurascale one is a lot better. We've got chains, we've got detail, loads more detail underneath on the Accurascale one. The fan operates with sound, which I wasn't expecting. You've obviously got more handrails here. Well, mine didn't fall apart. I know people have had issues with them falling apart, but this one's come and it's really good. The minuses are the red tail lamp. I don't really like it that bright. I've gone through photographs of 50002 when I've been restoring it, and they're not that bright. They are quite dark in appearance. You can see the circuit boards underneath, which is, you know, a little bit. If you were looking down at it, you'd see it, but it's only a minor thing. The biggest issue I've got is the glue marks around this vent here, which spoils it quite a bit. So yeah, really good model apart from the glue marks. I'd like to say thank you for watching. If you are interested in a full review on the Hornby one, I have done a Hornby review. I'll leave a link at the end of the video. And if you'd like to leave a comment, anything you think I've missed, it'd be great. So thank you for watching, and I'll get you all next time. Cheerio.